say it's right here. There is more love right here. There is more love right here. I'm gonna keep on, 'cause I found it. There is more love right here. There's more hope right here. There is more hope right here. There is more hope right here. I'm gonna keep on, 'cause I found it. There is more hope right here. Now put your papers down if you can. There is more peace right here. There is more peace right here. I'm gonna keep on, 'cause I found it. There is more peace right here. There's more joy. There is more joy right here. There is more joy right here. I'm gonna keep on, 'cause I found it. There is more joy right here. Please remain standing and turn to, or you have it in your bulletin, rank by rank for the processional.
may be seated. Like the first day of spring after a long winter, or a quenching rain after a drought, we have hoped for this day. And what a splendid day it is to celebrate the ordination of Megan Lloyd Joyner to the ministry. We are so glad that you, Megan, have chosen to bless our Unitarian Universalist faith and our world with your gift of ministry. And so, friends, let us be grateful together, let us rejoice together, and let us worship together.
Of life, the joy of love, and the power of community. We give thanks for all that has been, for all that is, and for all that will be.
To everything there is a season, and today we joyously celebrate this milestone in Megan's ministry.
May her work be grounded in the spirit of life, love, and peace. May she and the community she serves grow together in wisdom, compassion, and faith.
Good afternoon. For those of you who don't know, that was Megan's, her mother, her father, her brother, her husband. Lovely family. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. I'm the Reverend Sharon Dittmar. I am the senior minister here at First Unitarian Church, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the first ordination we have had here in 20 years, the last one being that of the Reverend Bill Sinkford. So it is a joy to do this again. I'd invite you now at this time to turn off your cell phones, to put them on mute, to ignore all text messages and emails. The world will not stop revolving if you blight out the outside noise for just this one beloved, beautiful hour. I would also like to acknowledge that we are joined here this morning not only by those in this sanctuary, but although we cannot see and hear them, we are joined by a large contingent of the Universalist Church in Hartford, West Hartford. Through this camera? Here they are. They're right through here, right? Say hi. Say hi. Welcome. Welcome to you too. You are here with us in spirit here this morning. Morning worship, afternoon ordination. We're also welcome many people from many times and places in Megan's life. She has family members and friends, teachers from Seven Hills, from Ursuline, many others here. Did anyone come from across a continent? Is anyone from an ocean away? All right, sometimes that happens too. Welcome, all of you. I want you to know that as you came in, when you sat down, there was a little card. It's a blessing card, and we offer you to take time to write in it during this service a blessing or a wish or a piece of advice for Megan as she moves forward through ordination to become a minister in our beloved tradition. And she can keep these for years to come, and good days and bad days, pull them out and look at them and remember the many gifts of this ministry. So we hope that all of you will fill them out as you find the Spirit moves you to do so. So welcome. Welcome to First Unitarian Church. Welcome to the ordination of Megan Lloyd Joyner. Welcome.
Our first reading comes from the prophet Isaiah, chapter 58, verses 6 through 11. Is not this the fast that I choose, to loose the bonds of injustice, to undo the thongs of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free, and to break every yoke? Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and bring the homeless poor into your house? When you see the naked, to cover them, and not to hide yourself from your own kin. Then your light shall break forth like the dawn, and your healing shall spring up quickly. Your vindicator shall go before you. The glory of the Lord shall be your rear guard. Then you shall call, and the Lord will answer. You shall cry for help, and the Lord will say, "Here I am." If you remove the yoke from among you, the pointing of the finger, the speaking of evil, if you offer your food to the hungry and satisfy the needs of the afflicted, then your light shall rise in the darkness, and your gloom be like the noonday. The Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your needs in parched places and make your bones strong. And you shall be like a watered garden, like a spring of water whose waters never fail. So ends the reading.
Our second reading comes from the Divine Benediction by Jenkyn Lloyd Jones. And the peace of God which passeth all understanding shall guard your hearts and your thoughts. Philippians 4:7. The simplest pleasures have a circumference too wide to be circumscribed by our compasses. The color of the violet, the perfume of the rose, the flavor of the strawberry, bring a joy beyond our measuring and give a peace that transcends our reason, not because it is unreasonable, but because it springs from the same source as that from which reason comes. How much more does the peace-giving power of truth-seeking, right-doing, and loving envelop our understanding? It encloses it, and consequently cannot be encompassed by it. When the lonely heart awakens to a sense of fellowship and its isolation is enveloped with kindred spirits, when finiteness melts into infinitude, when weakness feels the embrace of a love that is omnipotence, when ignorance bows before infinite verities, and knowledge grows large enough to find its measureless ignorance, then that knowledge is changed into the wisdom that is better than riches, the peace that passeth understanding.
Please stand now as you're willing and able and join in singing our hymn, "Wake Now My Senses."
We will go Thank you. Please be seated. Megan Lloyd Joyner, sometime long ago, you were called to ministry, and you answered, saying to life and to your God, "Here I am." And so here we are today, people who along the way have encouraged you, supported you, and yes, sometimes even pushed you, but always lovingly. Here we are, people whose lives you have already blessed with your gifts for ministry. Here we are, people who celebrate and affirm your calling to ministry. Here we are, Megan, people who love you not for what you have done, but for who you are. I told Megan a few days ago that I might invite another minister to be here with us for the ordination, a fictional minister by the name of Jaber Crow. Jaber Crow lives in the writings of the Kentucky poet and farmer, essayist and storyteller Wendell Berry. Jaber lived and worked just about an hour to the southeast of here, near the Kentucky River, in a fictional place called Port William, based on Wendell Berry's real-life hometown of Port Royal. Maybe some of you here have met Jaber or have been to his home. As a young man, Jaber Crow felt a calling to ministry, but he left theological school in Lexington after he ran into some trouble, doctrinal trouble to be exact. It seems that Jaber asked way too many questions. So instead, he became the town barber. And as he trimmed and shaved and cut, he also counseled, consoled, and sometimes even preached. Listen to Jaber, now an old man, as he looks back on his life. Now I have had most of the life I am going to have, and I can see what it has been. But now it looks to me as though I was following a path that was laid out for me, unbroken, and maybe even as straight as possible from one end to the other. And I have this feeling, which never leaves me anymore, that I have been led. And when I think about it, it can seem strange beyond telling that this particular bunch of us would be here on this little patch of ground in this little patch of time. There are moments when the heart is generous, and then it knows that for better or for worse, our lives are woven together here, one with another, and with the place, and with all living things. Our lives indeed are woven together one with another. And on this, your ordination day, Megan, so many of these interwoven lives are here to bless your ministry. We are gathered here in the church of your childhood, in this sanctuary where the ministry of the Reverend Sharon Dittmar planted the seed for your calling to ministry. Today, this gathering of the people of the First Unitarian Church of Cincinnati is joined, as Sharon told us, through the multiple miracles of technology, by the gathering in the sanctuary of the good-hearted people of the Universalist Church in West Hartford, Connecticut. We at the Universalist Church have been honored to walk with you for this last year of your student ministry. And we look forward, Megan, with delight to walking with you for your first year of ordained ministry. Life led you to both of these congregations, and what a blessing it is for us, the people of the congregations in Cincinnati and West Hartford, to join together today in ordaining Megan to our Unitarian Universalist ministry. No congregation anywhere can live for itself alone. Your ordination, Megan, reminds us that our congregations are called instead to be a part of a larger living tradition, a web of interwoven lives and ministries that will continue for generations to come to lead thirsty souls to the springs of living water. As you cross the threshold into ordained ministry, Megan, you are surrounded by the steadfast support of the people of these two congregations and also by your life partner, Anthony. Your loving parents and your grandmother, your brother, as well as a large circle of family and friends who have come from near and far to be a part of this gathering of people who will ordain you to your life's calling. Though Megan will say her ordination vows today, I want you to know she has been ordained already. She has been ordained by the people whose lives she has touched. And Megan will be ordained not just today, but through the years, again and again, at bedsides and gravesides, at weddings and child blessings. Megan will be ordained again over the years as she preaches and teaches, laughs and cries, listens and wonders by the sides of people whose lives will become woven together with hers. Many lives are gathered to offer Megan our blessings, but I need to let everyone know that still more lives are here to bless Megan's ministry. I've invited 3 more ministers to be here today, besides our friend Jaber Crow, and these 3 are not fictional. 10 years ago today, on June the 2nd, 2002, I stood among a gathering like this one, when the people of the First Parish in Concord, Massachusetts, joined with those good-hearted people at the Universalist Church to ordain me to the Unitarian Universalist ministry. Preaching that day was my teacher and mentor, the Reverend Gary Smith, who also taught and mentored Sharon Dittmar, the minister who first inspired Megan's vocational journey. Our lives are indeed woven together, no doubt about it. You know, I think it's been said that the voice of a good and wise teacher never leaves a student's heart. When I speak, whether from a pulpit or at a church gathering or Megan in one of our mentoring conversations, I know a part of what you hear is Gary's voice speaking through me. Just as one day your voice, though it is your own unique voice, may carry the voices of people all along the way who have shaped who you are. Though he may be many miles away, Gary Smith is here in spirit to bless Megan's ministry. If he were speaking today, I know he would tell Megan that a minister can be loyal both to her church and to her family. And I believe Gary Smith would tell Megan also, Megan, let your spirit each day of your ministry enjoy the gift of laughter, and the harder the laughter, the better. 2 weeks ago, I preached from a pulpit in Macon, Georgia, at the High Street Unitarian Universalist Church, where I was a part of a gathering to bless a minister at the other end of his journey as we marked the retirement of the Reverend Rhett D. Baird, another one who has guided me in my ministry and whose voice I carry in my own in more ways than one. 17 years ago, I called Rhett one day, and though we had never spoken before, I said, I've been feeling drawn to the Unitarian Universalist ministry. What do I do next? It was a conversation that would change my life. Megan, though you and Rhett have yet to meet, he is here in spirit to bless your ministry. I want you to know that Rhett speaks and preaches with a rich and generous voice, shaped by the sounds of the South. If he were speaking today, I think he'd say something like, "Welcome to ministry. You're about to become an official preacher woman." When Rhett calls his women colleagues preacher woman, we know he means nothing but the utmost honor and respect. I believe if Rhett were speaking today, he would tell you what he told me years ago, words that have become a foundation for my ministry. Be who you are. And there's one more minister I invited, but I know this guy only through his words. For he was born in 1843 and died in 1918. And of course, I am speaking now about Megan's great-great-uncle, who was also a great Unitarian minister, the Reverend Jenkins Lloyd Jones. In his words that Megan's dear friend Kirsten read for us, Jenkins Lloyd Jones speaks across the generations, reminding us that our hearts, however lonely, can awaken to a sense of fellowship, that we are kindred spirits in fellowship. And this is good news still for our 21st century world. We are all connected, Jenkins Lloyd Jones is telling us. And now I am wondering if old Jaber Crow, while he was at theological school, had managed to get his hands on some of the writings of Jenkins Lloyd Jones. I believe if your Uncle Jenkins were speaking here today, Megan, he would tell you that you are called to a life in which, as he wrote, knowledge is changed into the wisdom that is better than riches, the peace that passeth understanding. Megan, you are wise already. I could see that the first time we met. But I believe that life calls all of us throughout our days on this earth to grow, to change knowledge into wisdom, so that one day we might become wise women and wise men. I have this vision of some June the 2nd, years from now, when you, Megan, are an older woman, and when I am a very old woman. I see the two of us sitting together somewhere, having tea, celebrating our shared ordination anniversary. Two wise women still carrying with us the words of Jaber Crow and Jenkins Lloyd Jones and Gary Smith and Rhett Bayard, as well as the words of our mothers and our fathers and all who by then, we hope, will have helped us to grow, finally, into wise women. Life led you into my life, Megan, and I am grateful. There are times in the life journey for all of us when we can feel more lost than led. Times of darkness and despair, times when life asks us to cross troublesome waters, times when we can't begin to see the goodness of life. And there are times when life can seem so much like a maze of degree programs and trainings, internships and residencies, household moves and job changes, and we wonder, are we lost? Those words of Garrison Keillor have lightened my own journey. God made the earth round, he says, so we couldn't see too far down the road. Someday, when all of us here are as old as Jaber Crow, we might look back on our lives and see that as we walked the winding roads and the side trips of our lives, we were, in Jaber's words, following a path that was laid out for us, unbroken, and maybe as straight as possible from one end to the other. I have no doubt, Megan, that you have been led to this day. Everything you have ever done, all you have ever experienced or learned, suffered or celebrated, has prepared you for this day when you take the vows of ordination to our Unitarian Universalist ministry. And the truth is, we need you, preacher woman. There is work out there to be done. Our world is filled with people who hunger and thirst, both in body and in spirit. All around us are people who yearn for a home for both body and spirit. Your life and your God led you to this day. We need you to run this race with all of us. Now on this June 2nd, 2012, it is time. Now is the time for your light, Megan, to break forth like the dawn. This is the day when your healing shall spring up quickly. This is the day when so many interwoven lives join in the prayer that you, Megan Lloyd Joyner, shall be forever like a watered garden, like a spring of water whose waters never fail.
Are you two soloing first for us? Oh, all right. Then everyone, please stand as you are willing and able and join in singing, Guide My Feet.
Search my heart.
Search my heart while I run this race. Search my heart while I run this race. Search my heart while I run this race. For I don't want to run this race in vain.
Amen. Please be seated.
Okay, I got to tell you this. There's this Baptist church about a quarter mile from us, Corinthian Baptist, and probably their members are sitting out there going, oh my God, God's frozen people attempted to clap. What I'm glad to know is that the clergy can clap. I mean, there's hope for our congregations. The front row was full of clappers. I know we are God's thoughtful people, but, somewhere in there, I think there must be the spirit of the clapper. It's okay. It's okay. I invite you to clap someday. Amen. I invite you to clap someday. You can even clap on the offbeat, and it's okay, because we affirm and accept your inherent worth and dignity. It's all good. But now I invite you to do something more important than clapping, and that is to give, because I believe it is a gift to give. It is a gift to give in knowledge. It is a gift to give in love, a gift to give in time, a gift to give in stewardship, a gift to give in legacy, a gift to give in our financial resources. And this afternoon, you have a wonderful opportunity to give. That is to two separate funds. The collection from this morning will be split into two. The first part will go to the Unitarian Universalist Association's Living Tradition Fund. This is an extremely important fund for so many reasons. It helps you seminarians finish school, and I am certain many of us here have benefited from that fund. It is vital to our movement, for our ministry, for our faith. And also to the W.H.G. Carter Memorial Fund. That is a fund established by this congregation to honor the life and the legacy of the Reverend W.H.G. Carter, a black Unitarian minister in this city in the 1920s who was shunned by this congregation and by, I think we were the only, was St. John's? No, just us. Yes, St. John's. See, I forget. I was here for all of it. I just don't even remember. Both of us. Well, you know what we did? We formally apologized because we said, now that we know better, we should really tell everyone we did the wrong thing. And we should apologize, and we did that over 10 years ago, and we started this fund in honor of the Reverend W.H.G. Carter and his ministry, and we now use the money from this fund to help women and children, which was one of his great interests. And to this date, we've raised over $40,000 and dispersed it in this community. And so your fund, your monies this morning will do great good, not only for our faith, but for this city and for individuals in need. And I do believe it is a wonderful way to live our faith. So if I were Ralph Miro, I would tell you, I know you came in here with an amount you thought you might give, but forget that. Forget that. I want you to dig deeper. I want you to think harder. I want you to feel more. I want you to give until it feels good. And now turn over that checkbook and think again about what you might want to give and how it could contribute to this world. Also, we will take donations of cash. And if you forgot your checkbook or cash and are moved to give, you, of course, may write a check to our congregation, First Unitarian Church. Make it out to, I don't know. How should they make checks out today? Did anyone decide that? Thank you. Make it out to First Unitarian Church, and on the note line, this will be real important. Note Megan Joyner, and then they'll know that it's for this fund to be split in two. And so if you forgot your checkbook, you could do that as well today. So I invite you to give until it feels good, and have a wonderful morning. And also your little blessing cards, you can stick those into the offertory basket as well. And if you haven't yet thought of what you want to share as a blessing, we'll keep a basket in the back, and you can drop them in there as well when the service ends. So thank you.
Through this church, you're called to serve all people of the earth. Called to witness the grace of God is with us in this work. This faith is every nation, every race, sex, and creed. All are welcome in this church. In God's love we believe. In this church.
people free. That's what we believe.
This faith is like a family, a place where we belong. The chapel of our unity, all are loved and all is one. Attentive to our history, we honor hearts and minds. Open to the mystery, seek the truth and you shall find in this church. In this church. In this church. In this church. Love is the spirit of this church. So let justice roll down like a mighty river, and let us wade in the water in this church.
Don't be shy on your duties, Judge.
We reach the act of ordination. In our Unitarian Universalist tradition, the authority and privilege of ordaining ministers rests solely with the people of local congregations. The minister is called from among us. This makes our relationship to her and her vocation unique. We are mindful of both the joy and the responsibility entailed in the exercise of this power. A special covenant, a sacred promise, exists between the one ordained and the ordaining communities. This covenant is founded on trust and mutual respect. It binds us together into the foreseeable future in common loyalty to the heritage of hope of our shared ministry. Megan, you came here of age in First Unitarian Church of Cincinnati. We have watched you grow into your calling, and we have delighted in your completion of the Master's Divinity degree at Union Theological Seminary, your ministry at the New York Presbyterian Hospital, and your receipt of the affirmation of the Ministerial Fellowship Committee of our association. Today, First Unitarian Church recognizes and affirms your calling to the Unitarian Universalist ministry, and we offer you our blessings.
It is a sacred and joyous occasion when congregations join together to recognize and to celebrate one who has chosen ministry as her life's work. Megan, the Universalist Church of West Hartford has been your teaching congregation, guiding you and supporting you during your intern ministry with us. We are thrilled that you will remain with us for a second year as our associate minister. It is our great joy to join with First Unitarian Church in offering you ordination.
Megan, we would have you speak the truth as you know it, in love and with a courageous heart. We would have you minister to people in their joys and sorrows, celebrations and struggles.
Megan, we would have you care also for yourself, to take time for prayer and for study, to live a life of balance, and to enjoy the gifts of family and friends and the love of God. We would have you listen always to your conscience and demonstrate by your life and ministry the principles of our free faith.
Megan, we would have you lead in the ways of justice and love. Take up the offices of worship and religious education, counsel and administration. We would have you celebrate and share our Unitarian Universalist faith in our immediate and our extended community with courage, compassion, and imagination.
Megan Lloyd Joyner, are you ready to accept ordination to the Unitarian Universalist ministry?
I am.
Will the members of First Unitarian Church of Cincinnati please rise in body and spirit as you choose?
And will the members of the Universalist Church of West Hartford, Connecticut, please rise in body or in spirit?
And as to the members of First Unitarian, would you repeat with me? We, the members of First Unitarian Church of Cincinnati.
And we, the members of the Universalist Church of West Hartford,
do hereby ordain you, Megan Lloyd Joyner, to the Unitarian Universalist ministry among us, and wherever you may be called to serve, we would have you preach the word of truth, freedom, and in love, minister alike to human joy and human sorrow, celebrate the mystery and miracle of life, enable a deeper understanding of all that is holy, and urge by your example a deeper commitment to compassion and justice, standing with you at this threshold as congregations. We reaffirm our own commitment to our faith and our chosen ministries. We promise that we will walk with you in unity of spirit, in the bond of peace, and in the ways of truth and love. I invite all who are present to please rise and join in the affirming this act of ordination. And together we say, Megan, we recognize and affirm you as an ordained minister. We rejoice with you, honor your commitment, and pledge our continuing love and support. May you be a source of healing and of hope. We offer you our blessings.
Humbly and with deepest gratitude to all who have walked before me and beside me, trusting in God's grace and the power of love, it is with a deep sense of obligation and opportunity, mindful of its privileges and responsibilities, that I gladly take up this ministry to which you have ordained me. Thank you.
Please be seated. That is, except for Carol Willis and her son, Ben Goldsmith, who grew ginormous since I last saw him. And you are invited to help with the presentation of the ordination stole.
Megan, always a mother. On behalf of the Universalist Church of West Hartford and the First Unitarian Church of Cincinnati, Ben and I, along with Liz, in spirit from Fairbanks, are honored to present you with this stole. This stole was made for you by Heather Marshall of the United Kingdom as a symbol of your ordination. The names of both congregations are embroidered on the inside, along with the chalice and today's date. The green stole, the color of growth and new life, will serve as a reminder of where you come from, who you serve, and who you are called to be. The colors and patterns of the stole evoke images and memories of the rivers which have flowed through your life as you have grown into the person you are today. The Ohio, which flows through Cincinnati, where you were raised. The South Toe, which flows through Sealo, North Carolina, where you played, splashed, floated, swam, and contemplated during the many summers you spent running barefoot through Camp Sealo. The Wisconsin, which flows through Spring Green near Unity Chapel, the ancestral and spiritual home of the Lloyd Jones, where your extended family gathers. The Hudson, which flows through New York City, where you studied and grew at Union Theological Seminary. And now the Connecticut, which flows near your current home and congregation. The colors and patterns also bring to mind the hills and mountains which have sheltered and inspired you. The 7 hills of Cincinnati, the Blue Ridge Mountains which surrounded you through your summers at camp, the Catskills around New York City, and the rolling hills of the Connecticut countryside. I also see blue skies over strawberry fields and night sky with all its stars and mystery. Rivers and mountains speak to you. They are the holiest places for you, where you feel so much a part of all creation and of the life force which runs through the universe and through you. This is what you call God.
Megan, the West Hartford congregation blessed this stole last week, and we would like to share their thoughts and their words with you today. This stole is a symbol of your call to the work of our beloved community. May this mantle sustain you in your call to action, your call to share our joy, share your joy and your vision, and your call to pour your soul into your ministry. May this stole be blessed with the power of our love, now and forever. Amen, and blessed be. And we'd like to close with the words of Peter Morales, president of the UUA. We are one people, united by what we love. We love compassion, we love life, we love freedom, we love justice, and we love one another. That love endures, and love will guide us.
My friends, it's been over 20 years since I stood in front of you as a member of this congregation. We worshiped here from 1970 to 1995, and it is terrific to be back at this wonderful celebration. Congregational polity gives us the responsibility to call from our midst those whom we believe will serve us as ordained clergy. In some Christian congregations, there is a practice of laying on of hands by the ordained clergy as an affirmation of an unbroken line of individuals who have served as ordained clergy from the time of the apostles. We choose to lay on hands congregationally as an affirmation and empowerment of those persons lifted up and set aside for this most wonderful, frustrating, baffling, and soul-deepening vocation. The words that I will speak today were taken from a blessing offered over me at my ordination by Rabbi Charles Rabinowitz, a dear friend. And yes, I had a minister, a priest, and a rabbi at my ordination. It is with great pleasure and joy that I share Charlie's words with you as we affirm our ordination of our dear Megan Lloyd Joyner. And now here's how we're going to do it. First, we're going to have members of the family connect with our aunt who is in the chair there so that we have with Grandma. Sorry, she's Grandma. Apologize, Grandma. So there, we'll have a family link. Hold on a second, I'll explain the whole thing and then we'll do it. Yes, there is a little chaos and it's okay. It's all right. It's okay that we have chaos. So we'll have that link established. Then I will ask our clergy brethren to come up kind of behind Megan, and that includes our seminarians to come up behind. And as that's going on, I'll ask the congregation to come forward. Now, there's only going to be so many of you in the congregation who are going to be able to get your mitts on Megan. So if you can't get close enough to touch her, touch the shoulder of the person in front of you so that we have this line and energy flowing from you all who are truly the ordainers to our beloved ordinand. And so I'll ask Jera if you'll give us a little music, and Megan, I will ask you to come forward, and Neil, join her family, if you will. Clergy brethren, come forward. And now, congregation, stand and come on down. Come around behind, it's all right. Yes, it is like herding cats, it's all right. Come forward, come forward. I'm glad to be here. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Okay, everybody touching? It's okay. Touching is okay today. O mystery of mysteries, you have enlightened our Megan's path, and we wish for her these blessings. We wish for her to be a person of character, strong without toughness, gentle without weakness. We wish for our Megan to be righteous, without self-righteousness, honest and forgiving. Wherever she journeys on her life path, may her steps be firm. May her words be words of healing and friendship and wisdom. May her hands build. May her hands preserve what is good and beautiful in our world. May our Megan be called repairer of broken hearts, restorer of faith and hope. May the voices of the generations of Megan's people, her great-great-uncle, Unitarian minister Jenkins Lloyd Jones, grandparents Even Lloyd and Ruth Evans Fredrickson, grandparents and good Baptists Martha and Hubert Joyner, move through her. May the God of her people be her God as well. May the life stories of our Megan's extended family, may the stories of our Megan's community be upon her heart. May the sweet, sweet words of mystery found in texts fill her with rhythm and dance. I call upon the generations and generations of Unitarians and Universalists who have worshiped at First Unitarian Cincinnati, and the generations and generations of Universalists and Unitarians who have worshiped at the Universalist Church of West Hartford, to add their hands of blessing to these congregations here present, as well as those individuals who are joining us on the webcast. As we pray, and we will pray again, go forth into the world in peace, dear Megan. Be of good courage. Hold fast to that which is good. Render to no one evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the afflicted. Honor everyone. Love and serve your people, rejoicing in the great mystery that is with you and us always. Amen.
There is more love right here. There is more love right
Jara continues to play. Good to see you, Jeff. Thank you. Got everybody? Now we need you. This charge from the congregations was developed jointly by members of the ordination committees at this church and the Universalist Church in West Hartford. Megan, we charge you to follow your heart and to love yourself without fail. You have a beautiful soul. Find time and ways to protect and recharge it. Meditate, exercise, study, rest. Honor and cherish your family because their love for you is more steadfast and honest than any congregation's love can ever be. You are a leader, a spiritual guide, a counselor, and a healer. But you are also a wife, daughter, and sister. Go home regularly and be simply and lovingly a member of your family. Because you must be grounded in your own life to minister to others. Make your ministry first to yourself. Megan, we charge you to care for those in need in the communities and congregations you serve. Minister to children, parents, and grandparents. Minister to those who suffer injustice. Minister to those who are sick, bereaved, without work, lost, or just cranky. Celebrate our joys and triumphs with us. Remember that each one of us is a different puzzle. Because everyone needs a minister in some way, make your ministry one-to-one.
Megan. Megan, we at West Hartford and First Church in Cincinnati, we've all been honored to witness and to share your path to ministry. You create and deliver sermons that move congregations to action. We charge you to be resolute finder and defender of the truth. Challenge us to live up to our moral and ethical principles. Challenge us to serve others. Challenge us to think, to love, to call out injustice, and to work for a more compassionate world. Megan, remember that change is a slow and sometimes painful process. Bring patience to your ministry. Teach us free-thinking Unitarian Universalists to leaven our strong views with collaboration, cooperation, and tolerance. Remind us that bettering the world requires setbacks, time, freedom songs. But drop by drop, the rock will wear away. Because there is so much need in the world, make your ministry one too many And finally, we charge you to be a leader for Unitarian Universalism. Be an example that will enrich current UUs and attract new ones. Be an exemplar of our values with your words and your work. Make your ministry to the world. And now, we give you our blessings from West Hartford Universalist Church and First Unitarian of Cincinnati. We offer you the blessings of those gathered here today, that you might carry them not only in your heart, but with you throughout your entire ministry, wherever you may go.
We have come now to the right hand of fellowship, which I couldn't remember what it was, so I made up something. Megan, regardless of what you believe ministry to be, it will evolve many times into something entirely different. So for this journey, I wish you curiosity and courage. Allow yourself to learn on the way, because we certainly all are. I wish for you active engagement with your colleagues in the UUA. Make yourself honest and vulnerable with your colleagues so you and your family will not bear all. Nurture yourself and your family, because as one of our colleagues once said to me, ministry is not necessarily a black hole, but it will take everything you give it. Find yourself a therapist, a collegial support group, a physical activity, and a hobby. Keep friendships with people who knew you before you were the right reverend, and cultivate others with folks who do not care that you are. Most of all, do not fall prey to the illusion that you are anything but, or can be anything but, human. So just be yourself, foibles and all. You have been called to be just that. And I'd like to end with the 3 pieces of advice my father gave me as I entered ministry. The first was, do not take yourself too seriously. And it does not say a lot about my first decade of ministry that I didn't understand that for 10 years. The second is, you are here to drain the swamp, not get rid of the alligators. Do you understand?
I think so.
And the third, and I don't know why he said this, was beware of the choir. Totally. What I've made this out to be, though, is that there will be something that trips you. It is inevitable, and when you do, you have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, perhaps say apologies, and start all over again. And from me, please, please, please have a sense of humor. It will come in handy.
And now, as is our custom, as we come to the end of our worship together, today we extinguish our chalice, but not its flame. For today, this day, we have lit a new light in the Reverend Megan Joyner. May her ministry bring more warmth and more wisdom and more justice to our churches and to our world.
Let us now go forth rejoicing, for this is the day that we have been given. Let us go together with faith renewed, with our spirits uplifted and our hearts so full. And as we go our way, may it be love that guides us always. Let us now share with each other words of benediction. Go out into the world in peace. Have courage. Hold on to what is good. Return to no person evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the suffering. Honor all beings. Blessed be, and amen.